He believes that you and Jonah and Pete or Josh are the three best interior linemen in the country. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, did you hear about that?
Yeah, no, I did hear about it, and it's just a blessing to hear that, especially from him. But in my eyes, that's a huge comment from the head coach. But there's still stuff that I feel like I can do a lot better and live up to that expectation even more.
What is it about the chemistry among you guys that does set you apart?
I would just say like the love for the guy next to you. I mean, especially like once we get in those third down situations and big time games and relying on each other to make the right calls. I would just say that strong connection that we have off the field even helps us in times like that. I mean, we're just so close in such a tight knit group that you want to do it not for yourself but for the guy next to you.
Did this offensive line come into the season feel like it needed to go out and prove itself to that level, to be?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Talked about. Like in what ways? Like how did you feel like you had to go do that?
Just because we knew coming into this season that we were going to be the question mark on the team, and which we were, which makes sense. But we just kind of took that to heart, and we still are. We're still going out each week trying to prove, that we're not that question mark.
How long did it take for you guys to look at Jonah and go, he's going to work?
Well, so we already kind of knew about him. Just hearing from the D-line, kind of get some. They all had high praise for him, and that first week of fall camp, it was very easy to see that, he's a real deal. So.
Well, yeah. Do you guys see this as a challenge again? Going into that Wisconsin game 6 weeks ago, Wisconsin supposedly had the best offensive line, one of the best offensive lines in the country with the best running back, and you guys held sway. Are you looking at it in the same way, a same kind of challenge of y'all proving yourself?
Definitely. Because their O-line again is still, very highly touted, and it's going to come down to, who has a better O-line come Saturday. So that's how we're taking it, and that's how we're approaching it, and we're hoping the outcome comes out on our side.
Yeah. How good a running back are you playing with this year with J.K. Dobbins? How would you rate him from what he's done, et cetera?
Just exceptional. I mean, the takeoff he had from last year to this year was just tremendous. I mean, you could just see the look in his eye even early on before the season, but he just makes it so much easier to block just because, if you give him the slightest of creases, he'll pop it open and make a big play out of it. And he's just been playing with his heart out, so, gotta love it.
You guys have rushed for 200 yards every game this season. Is that a target for you guys, or do you guys have targets?
Yeah. Now, and JK would tell us what he wants, so we try to give him up to that. But we try to get at least 200 yards rushing.
What was the request this week? Has he given it to you yet?
200. It's typically somewhere in the 200 range. Nice. Yeah. But he comes in every week and tell like, all right, guys, this is the plan. This is what we're gonna do. I'm like, all right, we got you, big JK.
It seems pretty easy on his part to tell you what he wants, and you guys have to go do it.
I mean, we know, because if we give him the slightest crease, he'll just pop it open and make a big one. So it's exciting, and that puts even more pressure on us because we're just like, all right, we gotta go do this for JK, and we gotta play even harder. So it's good. Yeah.
If you don't, is he an angry guy?
Oh no, he just says that like almost his motivation. Yeah.
You started at the end of last year. How beneficial was that for your progress this year?
I would say it was very beneficial just because having that game experience and coming in and starting and kind of dealing with all the mental side of it, it was huge. I feel like towards my progression to this season.
Because the Big Ten championship game was your first start last year.
Yeah.
How nervous were you for that? How different is it now?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was just more so like, all right, this is your time, Wyatt. What are you gonna do with it the first time go around? So, it's kind of just crazy how things have taken off up to that point, and it's a heck of a first game to start in. There was definitely a lot of nerves before the game, but it definitely is a lot different this game. Just going through the season, and because we treat every big game like that, so. I would say it was huge.
How can a defense change? What can a defense change up front from one game to the next? First time, I don't know if you've ever played a team two times in one season, but what are y'all expecting? Are you expecting something totally different? Or are you expecting them to just come after you again, same kind of fits, et cetera?
To be honest, I mean, we've been studying them out pretty well, and they kind of just been switching up their defensive fronts in these past couple games.
Oh, really?
So we actually, it's going to be interesting to see what they come out in. But we have a pretty good understanding of what they do with whatever they run.
And you talking about going when you talk about switching up their defensive front,
Like
you
from a
talking
3
about
down
odd
to
even
4
stuff?
down. Yeah, they've been in a lot of 4 down recently. So,
Yeah.
but again, we don't know what they're gonna do against us. So they could go back to the 3 down if they played against us all game. So
Wyatt, I just
be interested.
saw a clip on Twitter someone had of a block you made against Michigan where you pushed the Michigan guy and he was kind of out of the play, and then you went and you pushed him again, Wyatt. Why did you have to push him a second time?
You know, I had to let them know where I was from, man. No, but you know, it's just the heat of the moment, and you know, playing with Jonah, any slight chance I get him a knockdown, best believe I'm taking advantage. I know he'll have like 30 by the end of the game or something. You know, maybe we need to fact check that. You know, slight shade. But yeah, no, because I know if I don't get that knockdown, he for sure will get one. So. Yeah, I had to finish him.
What is the standard or the mentality in the offensive line room of finishing blocks like that?
Oh, it's huge now, especially with Jonah, because so at the end of each week we'll get a knockdown sheet, and it keeps track of the knockdowns. And unfortunately, he's been first all year, so yeah, he gets like 8 knockdowns a game. So.
Do you think the stats are rigged a little bit? You think they're?
No, he might be paying the guy that does it a little bit extra. I've seen him do it. Yeah.
You know, you guys seem like 3 nice guys, though. You, Josh, you know, when we talk to you, and Jonah, but do y'all have a nasty streak? Would you say y'all play? I'm not dirty. I mean nasty. Do you have a? What's the approach to the game? I guess.
You know, nasty, and you know, when you can finish the block, do it, and you know, just playing aggressive, and that's just the standard that's set for that room. And you know, that's what Coach Studd preaches, and yeah, I definitely say that we'd have a nasty.
And what
streak.
gets y'all going into that nasty area? I mean, what is it a pregame? I mean, how do y'all get psyched into that?
You know, I mean, recently, to be honest, it's just come down to Jonah getting like 30 knockdowns a game. So there's like even an extra competitive add to that of you know, trying to outdo Jonah. So I would say that probably has a lot to do with it. But yeah, I mean, because you know, we look at it as a huge reward after the game of who had the most knockdowns, and haven't had it one time yet. So you know, hopefully this will be the time. But yeah, no, we have a little thing for the knockdown.
When you say
Has Jonah
he's
had
led
it
all
every
year,
game?
his yearly total is greater than anyone else's, or he's
Yeah.
won every single game this year?
Yeah, I think he's had the most knockdowns for every single game this year. Like, I'll maybe have 2 less than him, but he always gets either 1 or 2 above me.
So Jonah is the blame and the credit for the quality of play of the offense.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Wyatt.